Hey there. Welcome to CyberPulse by Quantum Shield, the podcast where we make cybersecurity less intimidating and a lot more exciting. Every episode, we're diving into the latest digital drama, from sneaky hackers to the coolest defense strategies, all while sharing tips you can actually use. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's navigate this crazy digital world together.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. We're back for another deep dive. You ready?
Always ready to dive in, especially when it's a topic that affects, well, pretty much everyone.
Right. And today we're tackling something that might sound a little, well, let's be honest, a little dry.
Maybe not the sexiest topic on the surface.
Yeah. Cybersecurity compliance.
There it is. But here's the thing, it's actually super important. Like, really, truly keeps our digital lives running.
It really does. It's like, think of it this way. You wouldn't build a house without a solid foundation.
Yeah.
Right? Cybersecurity compliance, that's your foundation. It's what keeps everything else from, well, crumbling when the storms hit, so to speak. And trust me, in the digital world, there are a lot of storms. And, we love a good analogy on this show, so I am loving that. And speaking of, building in foundations, we've got to talk about these frameworks. I mean, GDPR, HIPAA, PCI-DSS.
The gang's all here.
Right, like these acronyms. They sound intimidating, right? But they're the real deal for a reason.
Oh, they're more than just fancy acronyms, that's for sure. I mean, we're talking about real-world consequences here.
Right.
We see it all the time. Huge data breaches, companies, even massive ones, facing these crazy fines, like potentially bankrupt them, level fines, lawsuits, reputations totally trashed, like gone overnight. And it takes years to rebuild from that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just businesses, right? We forget how much this impacts us as individuals.
Absolutely. I mean, think about your own data, right? Your personal information. Getting caught up in a breach. Not a fun situation.
It's not fun at all. So we get it. Compliance, super important. But how do we actually make it happen? It feels overwhelming.
Right. Like, where do you even begin?
Yeah. So we've got these steps. We've got auditing our systems, which sounds really official.
It's a little more hands-on than it sounds, but yeah.
Right. Documenting everything, the paperwork, but still important.
Yeah.
Doing a gap analysis, which sounds like a fashion term, but it's not.
Not quite, but it's about finding those, vulnerabilities, those weak points.
Right. And then sometimes bringing in the experts.
Yes.
Third-party assessments.
It's like a home inspection, but for your digital life.
Right. I like that. I'm using that.
Go for it.
Okay. So that makes it feel a little more manageable.
Right.
But it's more than just checking boxes, right?
100%. And this is key. You can't just go through the motions. It has to be, cybersecurity compliance has to be part of your culture. It's got to be ingrained from the ground up.
So how do we actually do that?
Training,
Yeah.
awareness, make it everybody's responsibility, not just the IT department.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Like, imagine a company where employees are actually rewarded for flagging potential risks or security training that's actually, dare I say, fun.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Gamify it. Make it engaging. It's all about mindset.
Okay. That's so interesting because it really is, it's the human element, right, alongside the tech.
Always.
And that's always changing. I mean, that's the thing. The landscape is never static, is it?
Never. There's always something new to learn, a new technology, a new threat. I mean, think about AI, right? It's not just changing how we work. It's changing how cyber attacks are being formed.
Oh, wow. So we've always got to be learning and evolving our defenses.
Exactly. Even exploring things like ethical hacking. Basically, figuring out where the vulnerabilities are so you can fix them before someone with bad intentions finds them.
So everyone listening right now, after that whirlwind, you're probably starting to feel a little bit like cybersecurity pros.
Right.
You know your GDPR from your HIPAA.
Yeah.
You're thinking about your digital defenses.
You've got the foundation.
Right. So as you're going forward, what's one action, just one, that our listeners can take today to kind of keep this momentum going?
Oh, that's a good one. You know what? It could be as simple as enabling that two-factor authentication, on your email, on your social media, or it could be something bigger, like starting a conversation at work about security measures. It doesn't have to be this huge, overwhelming thing.
Right. Small steps. It's a journey.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, for all our deep divers who are now ready to, really get into the nitty-gritty of all of this, maybe do some of their own research because we've just scratched the surface. We've got additional resources linked in the episode notes. With that, huge thank you to our expert for, as always, such an insightful deep dive. And to everyone listening, until next time, Stay curious, stay safe, and of course, keep on diving deep.
Thanks for hanging out with us on CyberPulse. Remember, cybersecurity doesn't have to be scary. It's all about staying sharp and a little bit savvy. Keep learning, stay curious, and don't let those cyber gremlins get you down. Catch you next time, and until then, stay safe, stay smart, and keep crushing it online.